What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with another episode of Dream Daddy. Last time, Amy did the inconceivable and decided to date Damien.
Yes.
And Amy...
To my chagrin.
Yes. Well, at the time. But now we're probably over halfway through this date. And what do you think so far?
It's pretty good. I just want to say, for those of you who are unaware of, I guess, enough about me, what I actually want to do for a living is take old homes and renovate them in a historical, accurate manner, and then sell them to people. And probably also for rooms such as the kitchen or the bathroom, make them particularly modern in contrast with the rest of the home and its historical accuracy for the sake of modern convenience. So if you missed last episode, that's exactly what Damien said almost verbatim.
Yep.
So as much as I did not want to date him at the beginning of this, he's now my favorite. So moving on.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, so at the end of the last episode, towards the end of our date, we Damien found out that his son, Lucian, was having some issues at school, and we offered to go with him just to make sure that, he would have some dad backup from us. So here we are at the start of this episode at the school.
Yeah, dad backup.
Yeah. It says, Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey,
now
Damien.
He's got glasses on.
Yes.
When he was just standing there, he wasn't wearing any.
Correct.
Where'd they come from?
His pocket?
His face.
He
realizes them magically.
Yeah. He's got supernatural powers. Hey, Damien.
Yes, here. Out of these two, it's definitely Hugo that has supernatural powers.
Fair.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Hey, Damien. You're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and... Hugo? Oh my god. Hugo and Damien. I tried to combine their names and turned it into a children's card game reference. Anyway, I'll try that again. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo.
Huh.
What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe.
Yes. Oh, I love when somebody says that.
Damien and I...
It must be, so good.
Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness.
Ooh, it's getting good already.
Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. See, told you it was Lucian. We find another teacher in a boiler room
but he's definitely not a middle schooler.
No, that was the point that I was making to you.
Oh.
You said it could have been a middle schooler because Hugo teaches middle school and high school. Okay. And I said, no, I think his kid is the one who lied to us when we went to the school that time, which is who it was. We find another teacher in a boiler room, tucked away.
But I was so excited to meet the son.
Yeah, well, spoilers, you'd already met him.
Yeah, great.
Tucked away in the back of the
both
basement.
Suck.
Yes, well. With him are Lucian and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucian has a bloody nose.
I don't see any blood.
Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around.
Oh.
What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucian tried to kill me.
Oh my.
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen.
What? What the fuck?
You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa. Wait a second. Lucian, did you try to cask of Amontillado Ernest? I'm neither confirming nor denying that.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
I turned to Damien and whispered to him, What's Cask of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to his cellar with the promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. He would.
I actually have a very, very nice embossed leather-bound Edgar Allan Poe, like all of his famous stuff in one book.
That's true. I remember that.
It's very nice.
That's true.
I have not read that one, however.
So wait, Lucian, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I had lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad?
Sweet Manchego.
I love when he says that. I love Manchego cheese. It's just so good.
It took you 20 minutes? Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the Cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse? Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie. That's what Amanda said.
Yeah, that's what everybody does. It's fine.
Whoa.
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie.
Well, in that case, you're screwed, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's a poem.
Well, some poems are very long. But very long for poems is still pretty short.
Yeah. Haha, yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me, so when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week.
The random teacher, I love it. Okay.
Ernest and Lucian high five.
Can we date the random teacher who just said
Definitely
that? 'Cause
not.
That was amazing.
Yeah. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucian, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin the drive home.
It's always Peter's car, isn't it?
Yep. Everybody loves Peter's car.
How did these other people get here?
Well, again, we came together, right?
Okay.
And Lucian probably took a bus or Damien
Well, yeah.
drove him, and we brought Damien this time. So, yeah, it makes sense that they would come with us.
Yeah.
So, yes, Lucian, Damien, and I pile into my car and begin the drive home. Lucian immediately puts his
What
hood
about
up.
Hugo? Hugo's car should be there.
Exactly. Hence why Hugo and Ernest aren't with us.
Oh.
Right? It's just 3 people.
Okay. Sorry.
It's
Sorry.
okay. Lucian immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily.
Wait, he has a hood?
Not in this picture. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you, and I can see that you're struggling. So, if you decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too.
We can do that too? That's going to therapy.
Maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job, I know how much you would want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard.
Uh-huh.
I love you, son. Lucian continues staring out the window. Love you too.
Aw,
We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence.
that's awesome.
The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside.
Oh.
I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright, and all things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good, so there's your silver lining.
He could always be a mason.
There is that, yes. He's probably just going through a phase. I really admire how you handled that, or does this kind of thing happen a lot?
Does this kind of thing happen a lot?
Once in a blue moon, yes. He rather enjoys pranking his classmates. And teachers. And me. Wow, I don't know if I could handle that, honestly. Ah, don't fret. I've learned to be patient with him. See you around soon?
Oh.
It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Of course he does. I hope he holds the cape in the one hand as he bows.
Please.
He, has to. He has to do that. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo! What you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers Extreme Edition?
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The tiny house hunting brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. Wife. I told you I want a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go?
I'm obsessed with my tiny house show.
Yes, you are. It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucian since he tried to... He lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage and then tried to brick him into a wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read this story except for me? Lucian live-streamed the entire thing.
Oh, that's not okay.
This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company, and a surprisingly diplomatic dad.
Yeah.
I dig his style. You know what? Me too. So, guess what?
And his son likes My Chemical Romance, so yeah.
Date complete, and our rank?
I'm
S.
sensing a romance between us.
Ooh.
A
High five.
chemical romance.
Awesome.
What? That's a band?
That was terrible. I hated it.
That went on for a very long time. We got less than half dad nap, almost full fiscal responsibility, over half goth, under half fang, over half Poe, and over half afternoon tea, or around half Poe and afternoon tea. But we got an S rank.
Yeah, I love it.
Nicely done. Yeah.
Welcome. You've got dads.
We've got a Craig side quest. You want to do it, or you want to message somebody else?
Craig side quest.
Hey, buddy, so I have a favor to ask.
Oh, God.
Robert invited me over for dinner. And I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known the guy for years and I still can't get a good read on him. And I know it's going to be super awkward if I go by myself.
Stepford wife.
Will you please come with me? What do you mean? Robert's this guy.
Oh.
Joseph is the Stepford wife that you talk about.
I thought it was Joseph he was talking about.
Nope.
Sorry.
And then skillet, squirt, sweat, I guess. I love food. I especially love food that's free. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. I really hope that's a sweat of relief. All right, are we ready to eat that dinner?
Yeah.
Keep your word. That's a good one. That doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food. But why is Craig being so apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't?
I guess so.
Probably. I hurry up and reply before my
He
dad...
just really doesn't like the unknown.
I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely been there with my undad brain.
Yeah, dude,
Paranormal spiral brain, yes.
Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. Craig and I decide to meet up before heading over to Robert's place. Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of white wine in hand. This is what he wears to a dinner party?
This is what he wears constantly.
Yeah, I know.
Except usually it has a baby on the front of it.
River. I miss River. She's so cute.
Yeah.
Bro.
Peter. Boy, am I glad to see you.
For a dad of 3 who is also single, he has a lot of free time for exercising, making healthy food, hanging out with Peter, hanging out with random other guys in the cul-de-sac. That's not very realistic.
I mean, it's like any other sitcom ever, where, like, the characters have these really, like, demanding jobs, and yet they're always hanging out in, I don't know, coffee shops or their house or
Right.
whatever. It's like, aren't you a doctor? Why are you never at work?
Yeah, that.
Likewise, man. Classy of you to bring wine. Oh, it's not wine. It's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good.
So why would you bring apple cider?
Because you gotta bring something.
So bring food.
Meh. Wow.
Fuck, bring dessert.
Or at least I...
Sparkling apple cider, unless you don't drink. Which maybe he doesn't. If he's a health nut, that makes sense, I guess.
I don't
but
remember.
I could have sworn he was drinking before now.
Right, and that isn't what he said. Then he would have said that, not he has a wine cellar.
But I just mean, like, if you're going over to somebody's house who has a wine cellar, I feel like it's a little bit insulting to not drink their wine and drink apple cider instead. But that's just me.
Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he was telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him.
Okay.
Thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma.
Yeah, deadpan about everything.
We start
I say as I'm like going, yeah!
We start walking over to Robert's house. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly or iron his shirts.
I mean, he doesn't shave or iron, but I don't iron either, so can't blame him.
I feel like you learned to cook after you learn those two first.
Really?
That's what Peter says.
No.
I don't agree.
Hey.
One time, I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can.
Ew.
I mean, it was at the very top of the trash can, like, sitting above it, but still, if he were on trial, I think the jury would define that as in the trash.
Yeah.
That's like a Seinfeld joke. That happened on Seinfeld.
Really?
To George. Yeah. It was the eclair. I think it was an eclair. Leave it in the comments. But yeah, I think it was an eclair. He, like, ate it out of the trash, but it was, like, it still had the, like, paper on it or whatever, and somebody, like, placed it on the trash.
Why would somebody do that?
Exactly. And it was a full eclair. Like, it hadn't even...
Someone must have pissed on it.
It was at, like, a house party or whatever. And what occurrence would somebody have had to piss on an eclair
saying,
and then
like,
place it
no
fully
one
formed
has
on
a
the trash?
No one has a perfectly beautiful, fine eclair and throws it away.
Nobody pissed on it, Amy.
Let's move on. I didn't watch Seinfeld, okay?
I mean, I watched the reruns when my mom watched Seinfeld, basically. Okay.
I watched some Seinfeld.
It was okay. It's not.
fine.
I'm definitely not one of those hardcore like Seinfeld was the best show on television. But I'm also not one of those people who was like, oh, Seinfeld was trash and it's terrible and I hate it.
It was just fun.
I'm right in the middle. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. True.
We've all considered it? Is that really?
I mean, I guess it depends. I
That's a
probably
thing.
haven't.
I don't think I've done that.
I don't think I have either. I guess it depends on the food.
I mean, like, I've eaten trash food when I was dared to eat trash food.
Sure.
But
Not
I
like,
never
oh,
had, like, an overwhelming desire to take food out of the trash.
Right. True. Maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back.
That's incredible.
We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell, but the doorbell won't chime.
But this isn't his house. This is the city area.
Maybe Robert is not one of the ones who lives in the cul-de-sac. They don't
Oh.
all necessarily.
Okay.
Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. Since when does Robert have a dog? I don't know. That's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. 1 second! This is uncharted territory, Peter. What if he's the one making barking noises and there is no dog?
Wow. This guy's stupid.
Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me.
Hey.
Peter.
Three-way!
Peter, didn't know you'd be tagging along.
I don't know.
Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. I
Yeah,
can
that sounds like a guy who would be Craig.
I can leave if there's not. No, it's fine. Come on in. We enter Robert's living room, which is surprisingly really nice. Super messy, but
Yeah.
still nice.
There's like boomerangs above the TV on the wall.
Yeah, there's also
There's
like
a-
records.
There's like a painting of a giant bug.
Yeah. Make yourselves at home. We can still hear barking from the other room. I didn't know you have a dog, Robert. Oh yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll calm down in a bit. What kind of dog is she? Pitbull. Rescued her from a dogfighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I would probably have to take you both to the ER.
That sounds right.
Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. Yeah, again, don't forget who Robert is. He's absolutely lying about that. Oh, okay. Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. I hope you guys like asabuco.
Yes.
It's one of my father's favorite dishes, actually. Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig leans in and whispers. Oh. Was the dogfighting thing real, or was he kidding? I don't know.
Hey.
What's asabuco? I don't know. Did he make up that word?
It's 2 words, so no.
Until I have asabuco in front of me, we can only assume so.
But don't assume he lied about the dog.
We sit in silence for a second, taking in Robert's living room. Are we about to get sawed?
Yes.
Nah, usually
Do it.
you wake up in those situations. We voluntarily walked into this one.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Robert finally walks into the room carrying 3 paper plates of steaming food like a waiter. You
He
serve
makes asabuco,
on paper plates.
and then you serve it on paper plates.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, that's
This
ridiculous.
dude really is weird.
Yep. I don't have a dining table. Don't trust them. So we're eating here.
Don't trust them. Okay.
Also, I don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert sets plates in front of us on the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is.
Well, it's a good thing it's these two, Peter and Craig, that he
Yeah.
invited to his house. Like,
Yeah.
these two are probably very well versed in, like, the clothes all over the sofa and eating food off of paper plates when they go to somebody's house. And no table.
I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat. Maybe. Lots of sauce. I can make out some vegetables.
Lots of sauce?
Yeah, asabuco has sauce on it.
Yeah, but Lots.
I think that might be rice, but it could also be pasta. Guess there's only one way to find out.
Pasta. Well, maybe it's a side.
Who the hell knows? This is Robert we're talking about.
Okay, whatever. Just keep going.
I take a bite.
Nice.
Oh my god. I take another bite. The medley of flavors in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender and the risotto, I think that's what it is so creamy. That sounds like risotto. Robert, this is really incredible. You cooked this? I fished it out of a dumpster behind a restaurant. Or at least I think it was a restaurant.
Nice.
Can you believe people just throw this stuff away?
No.
I almost gag. I'm kidding. I look over at Craig, who looks wary but still has his mouth full. He gives Robert a thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, of all the things to eat out of a restaurant dumpster, Asabuco is probably one of the best.
No, it's not. Not with sauce on it.
Oh my god. Stop.
Ugh. It's dumpster juice. You're just asking for trouble there. Nasty.
Yeah, because Asabuco doesn't need to have a lot of sauce.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying that.
Depends on the Asabuco, I guess.
No.
Glad you like it. Oh. Where'd you learn how to cook like this? Worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot sec. Is he messing with us? I decide to play along. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe, crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke. Worked a couple of odd jobs wherever I could scrape together some cash. Or wherever I could to scrape together some cash. One night, I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside of Madrid. I go to pay, and I realize I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen. Long story short, they ended up liking me so much, they offered me a job. Why not, right? Started living with some distant relatives on my ma's side. Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way up from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. Craig and I wait for the punchline.
Yeah, but sous chefs probably can't make incredible Asabuco and risotto.
I mean, if you learn by watching, then you could just duplicate what the chef does in your own home after the fact.
Yeah.
Craig and I wait for the punchline. What night watchman did he swindle to get back to the States? When did he con who did he con in a game of poker in the back room of a speakeasy for safe passage in the crew quarters of a cargo ship?
Nice.
Hey.
Anyway, I still love to cook. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food's so good, I kinda don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here, especially not served on paper plates. I don't care about presentation. If the food is good, it should speak for itself.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This Asabuco is screaming for itself. And paper plates are just as good as regular plates if you double them up.
Try net. You could single.
Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Help yourself, but save room for dessert. I made lemon berry savarine.
Oh, hell yeah, you fucking did.
Well, aren't you just full of... Craig looks over at me. Surprises. Robert winks. You bet I am. You can come over for dinner anytime.
Hey.
Craig.
The person
Okay.
who I actually invited
I was
to
gonna
this
say,
outing.
probably time for us to leave. I'm gonna go get seconds. Me too. After consuming way more Asabuco than my body could handle, and then really ensuring a later food coma with a generous serving of whatever savarin was, Craig and I decide to head out.
Oh no, together. Oh no.
Thanks for
That's gonna
coming.
be sad.
I'm making an attempt to be more social.
Aw.
Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company, especially if there's Asabuco involved.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so we're back to Dad Book. Amy, I'm gonna ask you to think about who you would like to date next. Now, don't forget, 1 star with, or 1 heart, I always say star, 1 heart with Craig, Damien, and Hugo, 2 stars with Matt and Brian, and 0 stars with Joseph and Robert. But, don't actually answer the question, because that will be for the next episode.
Can I just say, I love that our whole sidebar is full of side quests now.
Yeah, I'm assuming that there'll be like a scroll ability if it keeps going.
But then I won't get to see Amandad.
It's Dad Manda. You always get that wrong.
Whatever.
But you do love Dad Manda. It is your favorite.
Yes. It's adorable.
Dad Manda. Anyway, so yeah, that is going to be the end of this particular episode. We would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. We just had a little side quest with Robert. Should Amy pick Robert to date next? Or to message next? Let us know your thoughts.
The world may never know!
That was very loud.
You're welcome, headphone users.
I mean, I'm using headphones. It's just, I can't hear you echoing back at me, but it's still really loud. But regardless, thank you all so very much for watching. Please feel free, like we said, to comment down below. You can like the video, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when the next episode of this series comes out, as well as all the other series on this channel and our other channels. You can subscribe there as well and ring those bells too. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.